Retirement's a way of life, but for the Columbus Police Department, the Deferred Retirement Option Program, or DROP, is taking the best of the best out of the force for good.
I didn't know if the body would hold up. It did, so it wasn't such a big decision then. Now, as I creep up on the date, it's more of an emotional thing to where I'm having so much fun, I love the job so much, I really don't want to go.
Officer Jim Scanlon is on the drop list. 33 years on the force, 19 in SWAT. In March, he'll walk away and knows walking in and doing the job isn't going to be easy.
To actually get them the experience and the training necessary to do what we expect them to do on a mission, to do everything, would take every bit of 6 months to a year to get them to that position.
When a police officer makes the decision to get into the DROP program, there's a window of 8 years he or she can walk away.
It was a great eye-opener for the municipalities to say, okay, well, those that are eligible to retire, we know have to retire, let's prepare. There's been no preparation, none.
Mitchell Brown is the director of the Columbus Department of Public Safety.
Do you feel that the city of Columbus had a good game plan together for DROP?
Well, we had a good game plan, but then the recession hit and the plan had to go the way of other things because we simply didn't have the dollars to deal with it.
He says DROP is and has always been on their radar.
You start to think in terms of whether or not you can replace those people with the general staffing numbers, i.e. new recruits coming in.
When there were questions on new recruits based on dollars, DROP took a back seat.
But the focus then shifted off of dealing with DROP and dealing with the here and now instead?
Yes. Well, it has to. You have no choice.
For Jim Scanlon, in the trenches day in and day out, he's not so sure everything was done to prepare years ago.
Did that happen quickly enough, do you think? The experience, the training, those kind of things?
Yeah, for whatever reason, no, it didn't happen.
When you hear people inside of your own ranks, which we've heard from, that are disappointed that this wasn't handled the way that they thought it should have been handled.
Well, that's why they're not the safety director. I am. And they don't have all the information that I have. So I understand that. People are going to offer criticisms about the way in which we do things. I'm a big boy. I can handle that.
3 police force classes will be trained and ready to hit the streets over the next few years. FOP President Jim Gilbert says because they're losing so many right now, and those recruits won't be ready for some time, the force will feel it.
It's going to be a good 12 to 15 months before we can catch up.
He says even now the Department of Public Safety is struggling with DROP.
For 5 months now, we've had sergeants acting as lieutenants, not being promoted right away, sitting in a holding pattern. And, you know, what for, I have no idea. They've known for 8 years about these openings.
But today we're doing 3 commanders, I'm doing 15 lieutenants, I'm doing a variety of sergeants. So we are promoting within the system. It's just that I'm promoting the way I deem the promotion should take place and not the way others think it should take place.
Scanlon says he thinks the public is still very safe, but worries a numbers game jeopardizes that.
My fear is in the future, that once we lose 4 or 5 or 6 over the next few years, then are we backfilling those jobs, number one? Because if we don't and we go in with fewer people, we're in serious trouble.
Director Brown says positions will be posted and filled, but the police reorganization plan means they will be scrutinizing every placement.
This is the best time to determine their efficiencies. Not while they're fully staffed. You look at, all right, wait a minute, can you do the job with 5 as opposed to 6, and we could put that 6th person someplace else, based upon the work volume.
Director Brown says the police chief does have a mentoring program in place to get the promoted up to speed. He also believes the measures they have taken to stabilize the dollars and keep the numbers up benefits the citizens of Columbus. But some wonder if gaps while promotions happen and training takes place will ultimately hurt the badge.
I think things should have happened 8 years ago. I think certainly things should have started at least 5 years ago. We've known this is coming for 8 years, so why the fact that we haven't planned for it better in the past few years is not a good thing.
For those watching the numbers dip from DROP, Jim Gilbert says they'll continue to push for hiring, filling positions quickly, and keeping the public safe.
City Hall needs to be held accountable. We need to maintain public safety.
Marcus Thorpe, NBC4.